Hey there, Coach Devin here. There is a new petition out there to remove calories from restaurant menus. So, you go to a restaurant, you open up the menu, there's, 7, 10, 15, 75, whatever it happens to be, things on the restaurant menu. And beside it, some restaurants put the calorie count. So you know how many calories you're eating when you go to that restaurant and when you buy that specific meal. Well, what's funny about this is now there is a petition online to have those calories count removed. Interesting. So, I came across this the other day online and I thought, well, that's a little weird. Why would somebody want to remove that? No, when it comes down to it, knowledge is power, right? We live in an age where you can learn anything you want by picking up your phone and typing it in, and next thing you know, you have an answer. There was a time, you asked your parents a question when you were a kid, if you're my age or even a little bit younger, and the parents said, I don't know, maybe we have to go to the library to figure that out. Well, now we just pop on there and we go online and we have an answer, and interesting answers about everything. I think we live in an amazing age where information is literally at your fingertips. It's right there on your phone. That's probably what you're watching this on right now, your phone. Information is right there for you. So, why would we want to take information away? Why? What is the point? Now, I have been trying to look at this from different ways. And if you have a comment on this, comment down below. Let me know why you think someone would want to take it away. But I've been thinking about this carefully, and I've only come to a couple. I think there's really two reasons someone would want to take away the calorie count on a restaurant menu. Number one, so you don't feel guilty. I think a lot of people look at that thing and they're like, I'm going to have whatever. The mac cheese combo, whatever thing that is there. And they look at it and it says it has 900 calories. And if you do some simple math in your head, and this is an easy one for anybody out there, if you want to know how many calories roughly you should have in a day, take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 10, and that's the calories you need basically every day just to maintain your body weight. I am 235 pounds, roughly 238. So let's just say 235. Multiply that by 10, you need 2,350. Not good at math, apparently. 2,350 calories a day to maintain my body weight as it is presently, right now, this very minute. So, if I look at something and for an idea here, I bought a thing one time. I went to South Carolina to visit my friend Craig. This one, shout out to my friend Craig and Nicole. They live in South Carolina, in Columbia. Super fun. My fiance and Dev and I went down there. It was a blast. We went to this restaurant, and Craig said, Dev, you have to have. And yes, if anybody is wondering, my fiance actually has the same name I do. We both are Devin. I don't know. Sometimes these things happen. She spells it with an O, which I would argue is incorrect. Anyway, I tell her that all the time. So he says to me, Dev, meaning me, you got to try this mac and cheese. And I'm like, I'm not really a mac and cheese guy. I've never been really a mac and cheese guy. And he's like, no, trust me, you can put all this different stuff in it. You got to buy it. And I'm like, okay, I'll give that a try. And I read the calorie count on the thing. Now, I'm going to be clear. I did buy it. And Deb and I shared it, and we still couldn't eat it all. It was more food. It came out in a cast iron pan about that big. It's bigger than my head and about that deep. And I was like, I'm never eating all that. Anyway, give you an idea, the calorie count on that, just that thing, was 2,200 calories. That means if I ate that, all of it, that's almost all the food I need in a day just to maintain my weight. That's almost all the calories I need in one meal. That's ridiculous. Now, I didn't eat all of it. I really didn't even half of it. I ate about a quarter of it because it filled me up too much. I couldn't have any more of it. So I think that's number one, the biggest reason for people is that they're looking at that saying, I don't want to feel guilty. They look and that mac and cheese or hamburger or steak or whatever you happen to want to be eating, or salad, let's be honest, there's a lot of calories in a lot of salad. And they say, I don't want that. That is too many calories for me. And so that they don't buy it, right? And I get it. I understand that is driving them away and it makes them feel guilty. So they don't like the idea of having to choose a healthier option. They just want to be, blinders on, looking around like this, pretending that there is nothing out there and there's no reason for them to eat this, so let's just pretend the calories don't exist. If the calories don't exist, I'm all good, right? Don't worry about it. It's all good. Well, I'm going to refute that one and say, again, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. If you know what you're eating, then you can have better results with it and you can be healthier. End of the day, simple rules here is we can easily track nowadays on our phones or whatever how many calories we're getting. If you willfully refuse to do that, you will gain weight over time. And there's nobody out there saying, man, I'd like to be a little less fit. If I could just be a little less fit, my life would be better. No one is saying that. Everybody would like to be more fit, me included. I want to be more fit too, because you know what? You always want to feel better. That's normal. So I think that number one reason is that people don't want to know. They think that, just putting the blinders on to the world and pretending that, it's not happening is the easiest way to do it. I think that's the biggest reason. But number two, I think people don't want to be guilted. Okay? And these things tie together quite definitely, but people don't want to feel guilty. You want to look at that food and just be like, I don't care what the calorie count is, I'm going to eat it. And that's fine if you want to do that, but there are ramifications for everything you do. Guilt in fitness sometimes is a wonderful thing. It can work very, very well for you. Clients for me, if I see you once or twice a week, 3 times in a week, you know what? You're more likely to eat better because you know you have to come see me. And I'm going to say to you, how's your food been? And when I say to you, how's your food been? You are much more likely to have a good response and say, my food's been actually pretty good, Devin, in comparison to when, you have no idea that you're going to see me, or you haven't seen me in 3 weeks and you're like, I'm falling off the wagon. I'm eating mac and cheese all the time, whatever it happens to be. I think people don't want to feel guilty. And because people don't want to feel guilty, they say, shoot, I'm just going to go out there and do what I want. So they take the guilt away. Look, I'm going to refute this one in a real simple way and sum up on reasons I think that this is necessary to have calories on a restaurant menu. Look, not feeling guilty is not a good reason to do anything. It just isn't. And again, you're willfully putting on those blinders and pretending, hey, it's not happening. You know how when your kids are small and you play that game and you cover your eyes and you're like, peekaboo, peekaboo, right? That game. The kids, for little kids, it's almost like you disappear. You don't even exist anymore. That's why they find it funny, right? It's like they don't understand object permanence. In reality, lots of people don't understand calorie permanence. They don't get it that the calories are something that actually matter. They're like, if I don't pretend it exists, then it can't guilt me. If it can't guilt me, it's not real. Why do we need calorie counts on menus? Simple reasons behind this. Guys, knowledge, again, is power. This is what we started with. Knowledge is power. If you know what you're eating, you can make better choices. I'm not saying you have to eat perfectly. I don't eat perfectly. It's okay not to eat perfectly. It's totally fine. Don't stress over that. But having the ability to know how many calories you're taking in, what foods you are taking in, that's important. If you say, I have a goal, and my goal is to get to the top of whatever, the business I run, or to get to the top of the business I work for, you know there's steps in that. You don't go from the mailroom to the CEO in 10 seconds, or a year, or 2 months. Those things don't happen outside of movies. Why? Because there are steps. There's steps to getting more fit. And one of those steps of getting more fit is being cognitive in your mind of what you're eating, what you're putting in your mouth, and what it does to you down the road. If you eat junk food, you will have junk performance and you will feel junky. If you eat healthier food, you will have better performance and you will feel better. It's not necessarily about losing weight. It's about just feeling good. Look, we walk around all day long and the food you put in your mouth, that stuff's like medicine, guys. It really is. So if you're going to take medicine that makes you feel terrible every day, all the time, would you say, oh, well, that's just something I do? Or would you say, okay, I need to be cognitive about what I'm having in that medicine. What is the reward for that medicine? For food, if you know what you're getting calorie-wise, then you can control how you run those calories. Not by counting them every single day. You don't even have to do that. But by just knowing what you're having calorie-wise, it's extremely important. It allows you to make better choices because knowledge is power. Everybody here, you, me, everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants to be more fit. No one wants to say, I want to feel like garbage every day. Nobody does that. So if you don't do that, guess what? The best possible thing you can do is know what you're eating. So for all you knuckleheads out there that are signing petitions saying, let's get rid of the calories on the restaurant menus, guys, I completely disagree. You're an idiot. You're willfully choosing not to have power and knowledge when you can have it. It's right there for you. They're doing it for you. Don't be ridiculous. Don't sign stupid petitions online. It's a dumb petition. Get right down to it. There's no good reason to do it. If you have comments, questions, things you want me to talk about, if you disagree and you have a good reason to remove calories from a restaurant menu, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you because for the life of me, I can't figure out why anybody would want to do this. But if you know why, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight the awesome.